All right, welcome to another Woods Report. Okay, so yesterday we was running around, so we wasn't able to go really live with news stuff.
But the
But
View actually did come on, so
I
they're
didn't even
not
know
on this
that.
week.
Can you push that back? We keep forgetting to push that plant keeps going over the. Okay, I don't know why it does that. Okay, so a lot happening, a lot, including a thing with Walmart. Um, I don't know if we can go any day without something happening.
What do you mean, like a shooting or
Yeah,
something?
well, I was trying not to say the S word, but there goes the algorithm. We start off with the algorithm going on.
You have to remind me that's a word that I'm gonna forget because I know the other words. But
We start right in the first 5 seconds.
How do you explain gun violence?
They know what it is when we say
So
that
when
incident.
you say that there was
An incident that happened at Walmart,
you don't
they
have
know.
to say what it is.
Bang or something, bang bang.
Wow.
Or, something
to me,
like that.
that really is kind of weak.
Look, that's where we live.
Because that word, you know what's going to happen? The aneurysms or whatever you call it, algorithms are going to have to get used to those words because it's happening so much now.
Well,
it's every day situations like this happen where it's going to become a normal.
Right, but some people don't talk about it.
And the computer system changes with what goes on in society.
Some people don't talk about that. They do,
No, I'm saying it's going to become a normal. Like you even said, like the later days, it's going to be a lot of soldiers and military presence.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
So go ahead and start off with your thing.
They talked on the View today before the Thanksgiving holiday. Dr. Fauci's Fauci. If I say his name wrong, forgive me because it's really hard. I don't know how to pronounce it. But you know the doctor, the main doctor. And I think he made a comment that was. It's unfortunate that they hate on him for a comment that he's just given a suggestion.
That's because Comb Over made them hate him.
But
nobody was hating Dr. Fauci before.
Comb Over got jealous because he was getting more.
That's why, yeah.
He was getting more popular.
Right.
He didn't like that. Narcissist person don't like that. He didn't like that. No matter how good that person is.
So he made all the people who like him hate Dr. Fauci.
But it was a comment that he made, and you can go ahead and play it. I think they played it on the View.
All right, let's see.
Today, when Dr. Anthony Fauci gave his final press conference, press briefing as White House chief medical advisor, where he made a pre-Thanksgiving COVID safety suggestion before everybody gathers around the table. Take a look.
Everybody should be vaccinated and boosted with flu and with COVID for Thanksgiving or for Christmas or for any other holiday as we get into the winter. It makes sense that you might want to get a test that day before you come into a place in which you might be infected. When I see people in this country, because of the divisiveness in our country, of not getting vaccinated, it pains me because I don't want to see anybody get infected. Whether you're a far-right Republican or a far-left Democrat, it doesn't make any difference to me.
Now,
he should know if Dr. Fauci said anything.
He almost probably got death threats for saying that.
What I want
I'm gonna kill you. You say that again. You say we gotta get a vaccine again. I'm gonna kill you.
Right. What I want to happen is I want everyone to have a safe and a wonderful Thanksgiving. How dare you, Dr. Fauci? He can't win. And then if he don't say nothing, then they'll say he don't even care. What kind of doctor is he not to tell people what to do?
But you know what? Whoopi said some people made a comment about I'd rather get the COVID flu, whatever you call it, COVID, whatever, versus than get the listen to him getting the shots or whatever. And Whoopi was like, I had it twice. That's no joke. Why would you say you rather get it?
People who really had it know the difference.
Oh my God.
Some people had a touch of it, and so they think they experts on it now.
They're strong enough to survive that. It hits me again, I'll be okay.
They didn't end up in the emergency room and all that.
And there's people who have passed away. Sonny mentioned her husband's mom and dad.
Well, we know a lot of people.
They passed away.
And our mother was on the ventilator.
Sister that died.
Our mother was on the ventilator for a month.
So it's serious.
You was in intensive care.
Now, I like what Sarah said. If you don't want to have the
just
vaccine,
don't get it.
If you don't want to hear him say it,
just ignore him. I told you people feel like they have to say something. It's like they can't watch him say that and just be like, "Oh, get out of here, Dr. Fauci," and move on. They gotta type something and send a letter.
How dare you? I will. You are the reason why. Now, Alyssa brought up.
They do the same thing to us.
She brought up a good point. She said, "Well, she knows him really well. You know, being in the White House herself." Very good man. Mm-hmm. She was saying he was on a lot during the whole beginning of the COVID. He's been for how many terms now with different presidents? Mm-hmm. So he's been around a long time. But she's saying the problem with a lot of people and the politicians took advantage of this. The Republicans as well. They wanted to throw him on the bus. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. They don't understand people's different roles and responsibilities. Mm-hmm. His role specifically,
that was it.
He was not the reason why schools shut down, kids had to be homeschooled, businesses had to shut down. That wasn't him, and he wasn't the cause of it. But the Republicans threw him under the bus, making it like he was. You said we have to be vaccinated. Right. Just because of you saying that, our schools are closed down now.
Exactly.
Poor doctor.
People are just, you know what? And here's the thing that people need to understand. Quit thinking that it's over.
It's still out there.
COVID-19 might be over, or it may not be, or whatever. Mm-hmm. There'll be other viruses.
Yeah. Maybe even worse than
if y'all think y'all living in a world where ain't nothing else gonna happen again,
or the fact that somebody is in the medical position to tell you and give you advice,
exactly.
When we start seeing numbers and numbers of people just in greater numbers falling away because of the future, then we'll be like, oh my God, they were right.
Exactly. So it don't matter. Haven't y'all seen all the movies, Outbreak and all that?
I know.
So it'll be more.
And in those movies, they always show people didn't know, they didn't care, they didn't listen. It was always us not listening
and waiting till the last minute to go out and get water.
Yeah.
And toilet paper. Yeah. What does toilet paper have to do with anything? But
I don't know.
So what else did they say about Dr.
That
Fauci?
was basically it. Alyssa just brought up a good point how that last administration.
So this is his last word.
He was the scapegoat for that.
Because it says here Dr. Fauci steps down after 50 years. Yeah. So this was his going out word, I guess, to tell everybody to be careful.
You know, get a booster, get a vaccine. Just do it if you can.
Right.
But just be careful. He even suggested if you don't want to do any of that, just get tested.
He'll be back.
If you're going to your family reunions or something, or family events or something, maybe get tested before you do the home test.
Yeah.
We have those now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it at home and make sure that you're tested negative.
They don't care. But he'll be back because when the next virus comes, they always gonna try to find the other. Where Dr. Fauci at?
Where's he at?
Yeah.
He was right. You were right, doctor.
Yeah. Okay. Or no, they'll just bring him back to calm everybody down and just so he can get hated on again.
I know.
That's just how the world is.
Get hated on.
But he should. I'm obviously he probably ignores all of that. Yeah. Hopefully he does.
I hope so.
And moves on.
We all have to. Yeah. It's the social media world that we live in.
Now, what's this thing? You said White House press corps upset over Biden wedding.
They were talking about this yesterday as well. Apparently, Biden's granddaughter, which I found out is Hunter's daughter. She had a very private ceremony, and it was. And they were
Hunter could forget about the Republicans gonna be going after him.
You can kind of tell they was throwing shade because they were saying Biden and his wife paid for it, not the people, not our tax money for other things that others have had in the White House that we paid for. He made sure that it came out of no payers' money.
Well, Trump can't afford it. You heard he had to release his tax returns. Now he's mad.
Well, but when he was in the White House, though,
but he's mad because the Supreme Court, they said, look at my mother thinks she on this show.
She told me that before you came out.
She watched CNN and all that all day. But yeah, the Supreme Court says that he has to show him now. So we'll all see he's not really a billionaire. So he can't afford his daughter's wedding and stuff anyway, but go ahead.
No, but yeah, that was one of she, of course, being a private one, she's probably not a person that's out there. Wanted to keep it private, had her own grouping of
why she have it at the White House though?
They probably said let's have it at the White House.
If you want to have it at the White House, it's not going to be private, honey.
It was
no,
private.
I'm saying people gonna ask about it. No, you had it at the White House.
She would get the slam that she's getting now, but who cares? That's what they were saying.
As long as she don't care, yeah.
The View was saying it doesn't. Whoopi was saying it doesn't matter because you wasn't invited. So what? Yeah. She invited Vogue. It was a cover of Vogue that they was, and then she had a grouping of photographers, and there's one famous one that was there as well. But the White House press corps was upset, that they were not invited to take photos or whatever. And Whoopi was like, why y'all getting mad? She didn't want you at her wedding.
Right.
And then to you being Hunter's daughter, his daughter, who's to say y'all wouldn't be in there asking questions and doing shoots of something with somebody's legs showing?
Let me play the other side. Let me play the other side.
We don't know what your whole agenda is.
Let me play the other side. Mm-hmm. If you didn't want the White House press there, you shouldn't have had it at the White House. It's very simple.
No, I disagree.
No, I'm saying that's the other side.
That's their argument that they're not winning on that one.
But the house technically belongs to us.
They're not winning on that one. They're not winning. It was a private ceremony. She had photographers, and she makes the decision on what photos are out there. Right. Because Alyssa said at her wedding, her mom slipped a photo of them, and it went out all on social media. Yeah. She said, if you have an opportunity, think about it. If Beyonce got married at a private place and said no photographers.
No, but the White House not a private place. That's what I was trying to tell you.
I know, but they feel like because the Vogue was there that they should have been. But apparently Whoopi laughed and she said, apparently you wasn't there, so it don't matter how you feel.
I'm just saying that's
just making a big stink about it.
Right, I'm just saying that's the other side.
I see the other side of
that. Because it was at the White House.
If it was anything White House, we need to be able to show a picture
because imagine if it was Trump. And he had a private party, and nobody
nobody. Remember what was
he didn't have him there? He had him at Mar-a-Lago.
And what was the thing that they were upset about him with Putin and that conversation he had in private?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You never have a president or commander in chief a private meeting with the
but they are going in another country. But they complain, which they should. Complain, so that's what they doing with her stupid wedding.
Yeah, that's true.
But she might as well hold on because her dad they gonna run him through the loops. Now that the Republicans are ahead of in the Congress, they definitely, first of all, Marjorie Brown, shoot 'em up Marjorie, she's going to be on every committee again.
I thought they removed her.
That was the Democrats. The Republicans are letting her come back. Okay. And then everything that the Democrats shut down, the Republicans is going to bring right back again.
Well, that's the problem with the people that's following her. If they okay with that, if they think like she does, because the people she's representing, because Whoopi said eventually it's going to hurt them.
Right.
People going to get tired of going, okay, enough with Hunter.
Yeah.
Can you fix the holes in our street here?
Well,
my car just fell in.
Yeah.
Can you fix our houses that are landsliding into mud and stuff?
But
they're going to get tired of them going after.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Because she could come from a district that's all they care about. It's probably 80-year-old people in that place. They don't care about
nothing. So that's going to be the question is these Marjories that's out there in the what's her name, Carrie Lake.
Yeah.
If the people that are
in their
district don't care and they're on their agenda to pull Biden down, his son down, and
it's all what their people say.
That's true.
Add something? It's going to be a fight between the mega Republicans and the regular.
Oh yeah. My mother says it's gonna be a fight between the Trump Republicans and the regular.
Well, they should.
We'll see.
They should have thought about that when Trump came and what is it when he took over? What do you call it when you take over somebody's party?
Oh yeah, he came in and took it over.
Yeah, he did. And now they're like, oh man, we gotta get it back.
Kanye is running for 2024, so that's gonna throw a little monkey
wrench.
Think
he still will?
Yeah, he got a whole. That's the Yay 24 sweatshirts and stuff that he's selling. Wow. So he's running. Speaking of Kanye, you might as well speak of his friend bobblehead Candace Owens. Bobblehead Candace Owens endorsed an anti-woke bank dies a hilarious death. She talks about everything in the world, but she won't talk about the failures that she has on in business and everywhere else.
Okay.
Rarely would I take the occasion. This is on Yahoo Life. Rarely would I take the occasion of a business failure to dunk on the entrepreneurs behind the idea. I started my career, after all, as a business reporter, spending days chronicling success and failures of other ideas. He goes on to say why he's deciding to go after this Candace, or talk about this Candace Owens thing. Today, I can't think of a better reason for a hysterical laugh than the failure of Candace Owens' backed startup called Glorify, which was marketed like a bank, but in the fine print actually said that was a financial technology company, not a bank. Glorify promised checking and savings accounts and debit cards for conservatives whose money, I suppose, spends differently than everybody else's because of Murica, whatever that says. The company raised millions in startup capital from billionaire right-winger Peter Thiel or Teal, what is that? Teal and others before it went live in September. I love how these billionaires throw their money at stuff and then it fails. And they're billionaires and they lose billions of dollars, but they don't care because they make it back up. The problem is that Glorify was so concerned with pushing a cultural wars narrative that it forgot that banks in startup mode are supposed to be focused primarily on one thing, offering attractive rates on deposits to bring in new customers' accounts. In other words, she went into this whole business, but she wants to spend most of her time talking about White Lives Matter t-shirts and other stupid things that have nothing to do with her business endeavors.
Right.
And that's why her business failed. So she wants to get on and talk about everybody else's businesses.
That's what Trump does. She's really doing what Trump does.
The same thing.
Right. He deters people from the area their failures. Yeah. Bankruptcies that he's also.
So let's hear about that, Candace.
They're not going to talk about
Do
that.
a biography on your failed businesses.
Female Trump. Because they want to always look good in the public's eye.
Right. So with her, the reason why I never ever like her is because she's one of those people you will never hear her say anything negative about any white victim or anything, but she will run the coals over Black victims like Ahmaud and what's his name that died with the knee on the neck. Floyd, all of them. She'll run them through the coals about their lifestyles and how they shouldn't be martyrs, all that. But she'll never say anything about anybody white that she talks about. That's why I say she's a house Negro. They send her out to say the stuff that they can't say because they don't want to seem racist.
She's also, remember, she is married to a white man, so you never know if that's always been a part of her thinking and how she,
No, she used to be a Democrat, she said. No, but then Trump turned her into being a Republican. Now she don't know what to do because she's a bobblehead. He's upset with her. I told y'all he don't talk to her no more. He shunned her the last time he saw her, so she don't know what to do. The other Republicans can't stand her, so she's like she's no man's land right now. That's why she's sticking with Kanye. She'll probably wear a shirt that say Yay 24. Because she's going to vote for him for president because nobody else wants her in the party.
She's building that up because she don't like anybody else as well.
Yeah, so that's her her thing. But then she tried to kind of go with DeSantis by saying, why is Trump dogging out DeSantis? But he don't want her either. So she don't know what to do.
Has he made a public comment that's saying he don't want her?
No, nobody says that with her bobblehead. They just make comments that let you know they don't want to deal with her in any kind of capacity. So she's in nomad's land now. She's in the room. She's in the house still, but she's probably sent to her room. She's still in the house, but she's sent to her room. And they trying to figure out what to do with her. They got Jeffro out there, Herschel Walker. Until he's done after this runoff. Hopefully he'll lose.
Other women come forth, though. That's another one. Another one recently came forth.
Well, she's getting ready to be replaced. I've seen a couple other Black women that are conservative that's like her. And they're cute. They look nice, light skinned. See, she's a little too dark. She light skinned, so she didn't. Yeah, and their hair is nice. Straighter, little mixture look. They gonna get rid of her because she was the cute one, but she a little too caramel.
Because wasn't it one back in the day when Trump was starting, when he was campaigning, how Omarosa was clinging to his whole thing.
Never liked
she was almost like the spokesperson for the Black women.
They had to deal with Omarosa though. And then Kanye talked this nuthead up, and then that's why she's big. And now she's out because Trump don't like her. The Trumpsters not. If Trump don't like her, the Trumpsters won't like her.
Exactly.
And then the other Republicans don't like her. So she's gonna be Yay 24. She's Yay 24, and they'll replace, like I said, with a lighter skinned version of Candace.
She has to be careful because has to find her spot again.
Wendy says, femicide, learn to pronounce on the killing of a woman of a girl, in particular by a man on account of her gender. We are very concerned with the high level of femicide in our country. I had to look that up. Femicide. What that is. Okay, so that's the latest with Candace Owens. Video shows a laughing manager moments before he reportedly opened fire in Virginia, Walmart.
He was a manager?
So y'all saw that what happened. I was up last night when the story came on.
A manager was said to
well,
be
let's
laughing.
read it. I was up last night when it happened, and so I was like, another one. I mean, we're so used to it now that I was like, the first thing I thought of was how many. If it was over 5, it'll be a big story. If it's under 5 people,
well, that goes back to what I said the other day. It depends on what kind of weapon.
Well, let's look. A manager was said to be laughing as he opened fire inside a Virginia Walmart on Tuesday night, killing at least 6 people before turning the gun on himself. Just days before Thanksgiving, so that's obviously not what you call you saying. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said it could be any kind of weapon. Mm-hmm. The accused gunman, Andrew Bing, who was the store manager at the Walmart on Sam Circle, and is that Kissimmee? I can't never say the name. According to Fox the Place.
I don't know how to say
so you don't know how to say it either. According to Fox 3 Now, was also reportedly killed during the fatal incident. Police chief confirmed shooter was current employee who took his own life using pistol. Suspect ID'd. At a press conference Wednesday morning, Checkapee, whatever, y'all know what it is. Police chief Mark Salinsky confirmed that the attacker was a current employee who took his own life using a pistol. There is no clear motive at this time. Adding that there was no indication that the gunman was known to law enforcement prior to the shooting. The chief said he could not identify the gunman until next of kin had been notified. However, Bing's identity became public later Wednesday, so we know who he is.
That's sad.
One of the workers who was only on the job for 5 days witnessed the mass shooting and told the outlet that she heard the shooter laughing during the deadly attack. So he obviously crazy.
Oh, wow.
The woman went on to say that there were 14 employees in a meeting room waiting to be given their assignments for the day when he started.
Like he would have been the one to give them the assignments?
Yeah. So he just probably put them all in the room and said, stay here and I'm telling y'all what I want y'all to do.
The thing that concerns me...
I'm going to keep going, but go ahead.
The thing that concerns me with this kind of shooting, though, there's no way to really avoid this. If there's nothing. If there's a mental breakdown with somebody, you don't know when they're gonna go off and what they're gonna do.
And anybody could be in Walmart.
Anybody can do that.
A manager had issues with others at the Walmart in question. Worker believes shooting was planned. She claimed Bing had issues with other managers at the store and said she believed the shooting was premeditated. Yeah. It didn't even look real until you could feel the gun go off. The witness told Fox, I will never go back in that store again. I can't even leave my front door now. Police have since searched the home of Bing, who was reportedly already dead when officers entered the Walmart around 10:15 Tuesday night after reports of a shooting inside the store where they found multiple people dead and injured. As of Wednesday morning, 4 shooting victims were being treated at Centera, Norfolk General Hospital. However, their conditions were unknown.
Wow.
So you can't plan that. A city confirmed in a tweet at 4:30 a.m. Wednesday that there had been 7 fatalities, including a janitor, a female co-worker, and the manager himself. A teenage worker was allegedly one of the victims who died. A teenager, just trying to do a job at Walmart. The shooting began in the break room. Janitor, female co-worker, teenager employee among victims. Isn't that crazy?
If it's a manager, it could be in the back. It may not be out on the floor like somebody just walking in. That's the sad
thing.
And
the only reason why it ended, because he turned the gun on himself.
Right.
He would have kept going.
He would have kept going, or he would have ran, or
And he said he came in shooting,
laughing.
Yeah. Well, that's what that lady said.
I wonder what the beef was before. What led him to just go off like that? Because they said he had an altercation before that may have made him mad. It was premeditated. He may have gone home mad. He may have gone in the back room mad. I'm getting these people.
And said a third worker, Breonna Taylor, said that the staff had gathered in the break room as they normally do before their shift starts. When the manager just opened the door, came in firing. See how else would you be able to get out of that? So you got to just be ready to go, y'all.
I think
ready to know where you're going when you go,
right.
and
I think
be
that's
ready
more
to go.
important than anything now because you don't know how you're going.
Yeah,
we all can pray.
I like to make a statement on the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
This is when you get to the other shooting. If you're going to talk about it.
What other shooting?
At the bar.
You talking about the
LGBTQ one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one's from before. Yeah.
This man was in the hospital. He was shot 7 times.
He didn't die.
He didn't die.
She said it was a man shot. My mother said at the other shooting, the LGBTQ club, this man was shot 7 times and he didn't die.
He didn't die.
Yeah.
50 Cent was shot.
50
Cent was shot.
It wasn't his time to go,
right? The rapper. 50.
Yeah.
How many times he got shot?
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it does. Regardless, the comment my sister said is just, if you are a person of faith, if you're a person that believes in the afterlife, whatever, just be ready.
But this is what I was trying to tell you.
You don't know if you're gonna be at Walmart, you're gonna be in your backyard.
And this is kind of what I was saying when we was arguing back and forth. When I was saying I'm tired of people making this political, and I'm tired of Democrats keep saying about this gun thing, the 15, whatever. This man did not have that. You cannot. The only way, even if you say outlaw all guns, that's only for people who follow the law. If you outlaw it, people who don't follow the law will still have
the
one.
point that they're making is that it's people who follow the law who gets these guns. We're
Exactly.
not talking about criminals.
Exactly.
Most of these shootings are not criminals. These are just like a manager.
Right.
A guy who went to church and he's mad at everybody, or somebody that don't like the LGBTQ.
But he didn't have the gun you was talking about. He had a pistol.
He didn't. Most of the time they don't have that type of gun. So that's unusual.
So that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Is that it's not.
They're just saying that for us making the laws a little tighter for people to get them. Or I wish there was a way, and it's probably the most.
I already told y'all the answer, and it's not what she's saying. It's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying
go back to the Wild Wild West.
Well, I'm just saying. Aside from that, it's unfortunate that we have to take tests. We have to take what's the word I'm thinking of? When you go and get your driver's license,
you have to get your test over again.
I wish there was a way to do that with guns, but it's hard to do that.
But even then,
because how can you test somebody's mental state?
Right, you can't.
10 years later with their 50,000 guns,
you can't.
So it's hard.
And going back to what I was saying again, even with a driver's license, people drive without a driver's license. If I'm a thief or a crook, I'm not going to have a driver's license because I'm not going to follow the law. So the only thing that
don't say everybody without a driver's license is a thief or crook.
No,
because some people drive without a license and they just don't drive with a license.
First of all,
and that's not right.
If you drive, I was going to say, first of all, if you drive without a license, then you are.
You're
breaking
not
the
a
law.
Thief or a crook. You're breaking the law. Yeah, we don't want to put everybody in the box.
Well, I'm putting you in a box. If you're driving without a driver's license,
you're breaking the law. You're not a thief or a crook.
You're a criminal.
Yeah, you are breaking the law. You're right.
You're a criminal.
Yeah.
So everybody, just because you don't, when you put laws down, that's for people who follow laws. If a person is a criminal, they're not going to follow the law. So you can put as many laws as you want to, they're not going to follow them. So I agree that there should be more regulations for law-abiding citizens, but that's not going to get rid of the fact that criminals do things.
I don't think you're ever going to get rid of that. And I don't think that's been the argument with a lot of the politicians. Yeah. A lot of it is just making it a little tougher for certain, not everybody. Everybody don't agree with that particular weapon.
Right.
They figure, wait a minute, if you do that weapon, you may come at all of our weapons.
Exactly.
So, but Whoopi still has her point of, we understand where you're living in rural areas. If you're not military, if you're not, a police officer or whatever, why do you have that gun?
That's what I'm saying.
And maybe you're a collector, I get it, or you live in a rural area where there's only so many people.
Or it should just be, like I said, I'll meet you halfway, is I think it should be a special license. I don't think it should be everybody who just because you have a FOID card, you can go get one.
That's what she was saying.
I think it should be like a CDL license. Yeah. Like if you have one, then you need to show that you know how to use it,
and
you know how to work it.
You need to be responsible when you got a CDL because you're driving a bigger vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's I'll meet people halfway with that.
But there's nothing they're going to be able to do to monitor people's mental health.
No.
Or mental state, or wherever state of mind they're in.
No.
Because anything can set you off this day.
That's why I'm saying it's going to go back to the Wild Wild West, where everybody will have one.
Well, look what the gentleman in Chicago that was trying to protect his store.
Yeah.
He had his gun.
Yeah.
He got shot in the chest and he died. The man that he was shooting at got shot in the leg, but he ran out. And
you also got to understand, if it was the Wild Wild West, he wouldn't have been the only one. It would have been 20 people in that store with one, and somebody would have finished them all. You're sorry, sir, you got knocked down, but it's 20 other guys.
We'll get them.
So I'm just saying, you just look at the difference. So
just be ready.
It doesn't save you. I'm just saying, it's gonna go back to the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Well, old grandmother's gonna have it. You're gonna be like, should I?
My grandmother did.
Should I attack this woman or not?
My grandmother carried one. Thank God.
And everybody's house will have one, so people won't be just breaking in randomly.
She would carry when she walked too. Remember?
Yep.
She was walking, and a guy tried to street.
And my grandmother had it.
She said, shoot you. Whatever.
And she said, she said, I'll fill you full of lead.
Don't shoot me, please don't shoot me.
He's scared. Please don't shoot me.
My old grandmother. Yeah. So I was happy she had one.
That protected her.
I felt better with her having one.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So here we go. True says, but of course, if a criminal wants a gun, a law is not going to stop them, but it shouldn't be so easy. Agree. That's what I said. I'll meet halfway with making things.
License, you're thinking?
A special license. Because that means that anyone that comes over here has a serial number on it. And if it's out, it's to you. It's like your truck. If somebody steal your truck and go and do some stuff, they coming to you.
Yeah.
They're going to say, how is that truck? Why is your truck out? Or somebody can just come get it or whatever.
That's right.
So you be responsible for it. Yeah. So that would make people more like, do I really want this? Because if it gets in the hands of somebody who, you know.
And then they're changing, I'm thinking a lot.
Then they can saw off the serial numbers. A crook can do whatever.
And I notice a lot of states, I don't know, laws have changed or not, or they're leaning towards it, where parents are taking the responsibility of their child doing any type of
But
shooting.
you can't.
That's unfortunate because you don't know. It's like my son. I can't control my son who may go off and shoot 20 people.
But you can't put laws on crazy.
You can't.
Also, they don't have to kill you with a gun. Those 4 students that were stabbed to death.
Oh yeah, they can kill you with a knife too.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. Just be ready to go, y'all.
They may even use a firecracker, a bomb, or they may burn your house down. We don't know. We don't know.
Wendy says you skipped my comment above, Blue. We can't see your comment, Wendy. It's taken off, so you might have to retype it again.
Oh, you scrolled up and don't see it?
I don't see it. It says message retracted. That's the last comment I see. Okay, so police report autopsy presents different version of Shanquella Robinson's death in Mexico.
They found more info?
Yeah.
You talked about it?
Yep. As the FBI continues to investigate the death of Shanquella Robinson while in Mexico, federal agents will have to sort through different narratives to discover what actually happened. But a criminal defense attorney in Mexico says the autopsy should be trusted more than the police report. Gee, go figure that. Don't trust the police in Mexico.
Okay.
You're the first person to say that. We know that.
They need to look at all angles, all avenues in this case.
A journalist with the Cabo publication. Sound like Cabo.
Yeah.
See how you be trying to come in and you be.
I have to remember this is. I went to this city,
right.
So
Cabo,
St. Lucas.
It sound like Mushmouth. I'm sounding like Herschel Walker now. Metropolitan Channel 9 with the text of the police report for Robinson's death. The journalist says he obtained the police report through a source. Channel 9 does not have a copy of the report and is not able to independently verify the text. According to the reporter, the police reports details that what friends told doctors and police. The text provided by Metroplex claims that friends told the responding doctor that Robinson was intoxicated and in need of an IV. The report claims that Robinson's so-called friends, y'all, wanted her treated in their room, not at the hospital, despite responding the doctor's advice. The police report claims that the doctor arrived. Robinson had poor verbal response and died within 3 hours. The text provided by the reporter states that the police report lists her death as cardiac arrest. So they saying she was alive when they got there.
Wow.
That's what the police report is saying.
Okay.
The police report doesn't mention the severe spinal cord and neck injuries that the death certificate lists as Robinson's cause of death. The death certificate doesn't mention alcohol. It states that she died within 15 minutes of her injury and that Robinson was found unconscious in the living room. So they got two conflicting stories.
Right.
One from the autopsy and one from the police department.
That's not good. But then she's in another country, so.
Attorney in Mexico who has worked on cases in Cabo San Lucas says autopsies are generally more trustworthy documents than police reports. So what's going to happen with this case?
Now it's
now you got reasonable doubt, in my opinion.
Right.
I think they're going to get off. Even if you say you're supposed to follow the autopsy more than the police report, if the police report is different than the autopsy, that's reasonable doubt, y'all.
Reasonable doubt for what, though?
To try her friends for murder.
But what would be the doubt? That the police did?
No, the police said she was alive when they got there and that she died of cardiac arrest. The autopsy says she died of the spinal cord injury and she was not woke when they got there.
I don't know.
It's two conflicting reports.
But I don't think either way they can still be tried for murder because she died later.
They will be tried for murder.
Even though she was alive when they came.
That's not what I'm saying.
So when you're saying they can get off, though.
They can get off because you got to have, it has to be not a hung jury. It can't be reasonable doubt.
But what would the reasonable doubt be? How she died or who actually did
how she died and when she died and who killed her. Because you have all these conflicting stories. The autopsy doesn't match the police report. A good attorney will get them off. A good attorney would say the police report doesn't match the autopsy.
But a good attorney can also make sure that they did it.
How? It's reasonable doubt.
I don't understand. I guess for me,
have to have. If you
I'm not seeing a reasonable doubt that they did.
Okay, so
that's me. For me, I'm not doubting that they are the ones that beat her and broke her spine.
But how did she die?
For me, I don't have a doubt that they did it. They caused her injury.
Prove that. You have to prove that.
The reasonable doubt is how she died, maybe,
but
not the fact that they injured her. Whether she was still alive
and
died later, or she died right then and there. They were the ones that laid hands on her, caused her injury, and because some people get in trouble when they hurt somebody real bad and they're at the hospital. They have automatically they're accused of hurting that person. Once that person dies, it's a whole nother case now. You beat that person so bad, whether you were protecting yourself or whether they was coming, you were just coming at them. So they got to prove, what is the second degree, first degree?
Yeah.
It's the different degrees.
But can I ask you a question?
Was they just beating on her
now
and not wishing that she died?
Right. You saying all of that. Mm-hmm. I'm in court. I'm the defense attorney. Miss Woods, which one killed her? It's 5 friends. Which one? Prove to me which one actually delivered the fatal blow.
They would have to show each one did.
It's not their job. It's your job. Each person show it.
No. Each person. Because I watched the Reasonable Doubt show. That's what I'm saying. It's so similar. Mm-hmm. Everybody took a lick. Even the camera person.
Prove it.
No. Everybody took a lick.
How do you know?
Because even with CSI, you guys watch CSI, you know, if it's 4 people, one person's doing the camera, even the person doing the camera, if they all prove that person, that they were the reason, they were there because they were, how do they say it? Because the person took a picture of that person being beaten by the 2 people, whether they never touched him or not. They're accessory of the crime.
What I see
is like one of our friends who was driving the car. Even though he didn't do the actual shooting, he drove the car with all the shooters in the car.
Now
he's a part of that crime.
Okay, so
because
what I would say,
died.
Okay, what I would say to you, because you're the prosecutor, right? I'm the defense.
It's gonna be hard to prove their intent to kill.
Listen,
their lawyer can say it was a mistake.
Can I finish?
They was beating her up. They didn't expect her to die.
Can I finish? Okay, I'm the defense.
I'm getting excited, you guys, because I watch a lot of CSI.
I'm the defense.
Okay.
All you proven to me is that one girl that we saw on camera was the one swinging her around the room. And that dummy that was taping it, right? You got him as an accessory because he's taping it. And then you got the one girl swinging her around the room. It was said that all of them had something to do with it. But how do the other ones get caught up in it?
It don't matter. Because a lot of times they'll try to do is if they got a group of people who did it.
I'm gonna end up being right.
I know, but it's
and
not.
Y'all prosecutors are saying it don't matter. It's not even, you have to prove it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. The bottom line is whether you agree or not, they all have to prove their case.
No, they don't. I'm a defense. I don't have to prove nothing.
No, the prosecutor is coming at
he gotta prove it
exactly, and let them do their job. They're gonna do what they need to do.
Now let's go back.
Even if they got to use one of the kids to turn on the other one and say she was the one that hit her.
Now go back to what I originally said. Hold on,
you were in the room,
right? Go back.
You gonna give me some information because what's gonna get you off and lessen your time in jail holding that camera. You want to point out one of your girlfriends who really
okay. So now I'm
it was
defense.
Really Jane that did
all right, now I'm the defense. Okay. You just called, let's go, you a prosecutor, you got them all to turn on each other, right? Oh, okay, it wasn't on tape, but such and such, I saw her pushing her around too and blah, blah, blah. Again, that's his word. You got to prove it. It can't just be the person's word.
That's fine. That's
okay, so hold on.
That's my job.
I don't see if I don't see no fingerprints, no nothing on that girl's body, none under her nails, nothing from anybody, then I can't tie you to that victim. Right? Because you don't have nothing on her body. That's just somebody saying something. Hold on.
You said it was a video of
Let me finish.
So who was
that's
in
the one girl.
Then that's the one girl we gonna go after.
Let me do the first ones first. Then I'll get to her.
I ain't going with the other ones. I don't know how they would do that, Kim.
Let me do it.
They're gonna really get the one that's in the film.
All right, let me do
with
the
her
first
hands
one.
on her.
Let me do
now she may not have been the one who did the final blow, but they can probably try to get the people build enough evidence to show your blows broke her back and all of that.
Okay, now you're going back to what
I don't know.
Now you're going back to what I originally said. That we've been talking 10 minutes and it proves my point of what I just said. So you just said, I just got rid of the other ones because they not on film. So I just...
Kim, this is all speculation.
No, I'm saying.
I don't know nothing.
I'm being the defense.
I don't even want to do that.
So we
don't know. I just know from listening.
I can't even get a word in.
It's nothing you can say.
Can I talk?
It don't matter.
So they get rid of one. I'm saying get rid of 4. Okay.
I don't know where else we're going with this.
Because I don't have no answers because I can't keep talking.
Watch it then. Watch what they say.
Can I finish?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Let me stop finish. Okay. So you get rid of 4 by saying that you can't tie them to the body. So I'm already defense attorney and I'm saying I'm getting rid of the 4. Now I'm addressing the girl that's in the video and the guy that's taking the camera. What I originally said, which goes back to the 10 minutes that we've been talking about this, is that the police report doesn't match the autopsy report. So you got to talk to the jury and say these two things don't match. So you either got to go with what the police said or you got to go with what the autopsy said.
I don't know what they're going to do.
And what I'm saying
I just know that their case is going to be a little tougher to prove because they have 2 different reports. You're right. But a good lawyer is going to come at all of them. A good lawyer is going to try to get, and he's got to show intent that whatever they did, they killed her. I don't know. I don't think they need to get off. I really hope that the family gets a good lawyer. I hope they get a lawyer that like O.J. Simpson had, because we all kind of think he killed his wife and their friend.
And where's O.J. Simpson?
And how did he get off? Because of
you just proving my point.
No, I'm saying
the defense. You just proved my point.
I'm saying the
prosecutor. You're talking more and proving my point.
The point I'm making.
A good defense attorney would say the police.
I'm hoping that the lawyers of the parents are the good lawyers.
That's the prosecutor.
I'm hoping that they can prove their case that one of those kids, or not all 3, they killed that girl.
Okay, and
otherwise we just talking.
And what I'm saying is,
Because they need to get those kids for doing what they did. They hurt her.
And what I'm
She's
saying
dead
is,
because of them.
And what I'm saying is that a good defense attorney
will try to get
them
off.
Which you just said my point.
Kim, I'm not denying that. If they get a Johnny Cochran to protect them.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want them to have a Johnny Cochran. I want them to have holes in this case where the prosecutor is a shut case. Y'all killed her.
Okay.
Whether the police gave you a stupid report or that's what I'm saying.
All right, so we'll follow this story.
I think y'all all agree that y'all don't want these guys to get off.
Who says that you want? Nobody want O.J. Simpson to get off.
No, I'm saying it in the case where we pray that the prosecutors have a strong case.
Yeah,
you're bringing
up. Who wants anybody to get off?
No, because you're bringing holes up already that the police.
You don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
I know, and I'm saying it's unfortunate that the police department is crazy with their reports saying she was alive when we came, and then the other people doing the report saying no,
exactly.
She was dead.
And they said in the autopsy she died of the police report. Right. She died of cardiac arrest.
Yes, and that's a very big difference.
That's a difference. So I don't care. Nor can yell to her head screams off.
I'm serious.
And y'all can write whatever you want.
I've seen
There's two different reports.
And here's the thing, too, that I've seen prosecutors do. If they're good prosecutors, you need to also have records on how this police department operates in general.
I agree.
Because if you can show their dirtiness right away, that's
so the first thing
they don't want nothing y'all did, police officers, because y'all screwy
too. Now you bring it into question.
That's what I'm saying.
So now you bring it into question what a good prosecutor would do.
Yes.
A good prosecutor would say, oh, well, look at they've had 20 police reports and they've been wrong.
Yes.
So, but my only question is, and I'll still say this, even though y'all don't like it or not, the prosecutor can bring that in and show, they've had 20.
But you said it's on film.
No, one. But let's just say this.
At least the one.
But let's just say this. Let's say all of it is on film.
Okay.
The police report says she died of cardiac arrest. But anyway, so let's say that for your sake of argument, a prosecutor, you did your job and you showed that this police department can't be trusted. They lie, whatever. They don't know what they're talking about.
And the girl that beat her in the film.
One juror can say, I don't know. I don't know if I can send somebody to jail.
The guy holding the camera.
I don't know. Well, he's American. Is that supposed to be a Latino?
No, they have to have it over there. Don't they have to have the case over there in out in Mexico?
I don't know. We don't know.
Don't they have to try?
They're American citizens, but I don't know.
I don't know if they bring that back home to America because the death took place in Mexico. They may have to get jurors from Mexico's area.
But let's just say, for instance,
that's why I was doing my accent. I'm sorry.
That was a horrible accent. But let's just say, for the case of, you need to calm you to me, because when you do it, it's racist. But let's just, because you're not a comedian. It sounds like you're trying to be
because I'm not comedian. I'm racist.
No, I said it sounds.
No, because when you do like old school, right. You do Cisco. Oh, Cisco. Oh, Pancho. But you can get away with it because you're a comedian. That's wrong.
Comedians can get away with it.
That's wrong.
If you're not a comedian, people gonna just think you're being racist. Okay. But anyway, you just said all of that. It just takes one juror. That's it.
Yeah. If they got a good defense, I know right then and there, the defense can say their intent was not to kill her. That wasn't there. They wasn't going in there to kill her. They just had an altercation. They didn't get along. They may have had an argument. And it got a little rough. Yeah. That wasn't her fault that her back, maybe she hit the floor and her vertebrae broke. They'll get these kids off if they're real good defense lawyers.
I don't know. So we'll have to see. I
don't want them to get off.
Look, we can all agree with you. We want them to go. But all it takes is one juror to say, you know what?
Reasonable doubt.
That police report, I can't get that out of my head.
Y'all watch that show, Reasonable Doubt?
I can't get it out of my head. That the police said when they showed up, she was still alive.
Because that defense lawyer got him off for killing his secretary, killing one of his partners.
And he really killed her. And that messes up the thing of they didn't call anybody.
Yeah.
That means they called the police and they came. And that she was alive, according to them.
Oh, so they can say,
we called.
But they showed them on video fighting her, though.
Well,
That's to me is
but
messed
that don't
up.
mean if
Why would you have a videotape of yourself
can I ask you a
beating
question?
somebody up?
Can I ask you a question?
You could really got off.
Let's say you get in a fight today with somebody and you swing them around the room and it's being recorded.
We're fighting, yeah.
And then later on that day the person dies.
Right.
Does that mean you killed them? No.
I'm the cause of their death because
we don't know that because it doesn't say you the cause of the death.
I'm saying that's what it looks like. I'm the last person that laid hands on them
on film. We don't know.
Now, after I had my fight with them, somebody else could come in
and finish
off, and they got to prove that I was not the one that actually laid the hand that took her life.
It's easy. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Gonna have to protect
we
them.
want them to lock them up, but it's easy when you on the other side.
Yeah.
Imagine if you the person fighting for your life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be on the other side, on the defense, and say, how do you know my blow did that? You got to prove that.
Right.
You gotta show. You can't just put on no film that I got in a fight with somebody.
Now,
and
they will be.
You gotta show that my blow did that.
I can tell you this: they will be tightly questioning each one of them.
Of course, they will. The FBI will.
We'll see how close they are because they're gonna pressure.
They're gonna ask stuff when
pressure them.
After that fight. Was she moving? Did you see her stand up? Did she walk to the washroom?
In order for
all of that, they're gonna ask all those questions.
The cameraman and whoever else was in that room who didn't touch her, we're gonna see how strong of a friendship they have.
Yeah,
because they're gonna threaten them, saying you a part of this.
Yeah,
so you need to give us some information to get yourself out of this.
Wendy says the killing of her on account of her gender, the killing of a woman or girl is particular by a man on account of her gender. It's caught on tape. It's 3 videos. So we already addressed that caught on tape.
3 videos.
Well, we already addressed the caught on tape. That doesn't mean anything. You have to show caught on tape
that
she was not moving and all of that after that tape.
Her fighting is the result of her death.
On that tape.
Yeah.
If I dragged her around the room, punched her in her head, kicked her in her face, if that camera is still rolling and she stands up, you got to prove that I did that. You have to.
And the police report is saying she was still alive.
And if the police say she was alive when they got there,
they better get them a good lawyer. That's all I can say. If they get them a good defense lawyer, if Johnny Cochran's not alive today,
that's reasonable doubt.
They need a Johnny Cochran in their lives.
That's reasonable doubt. Because, and then you
if
got
it
one of those.
Fit, it must have quit.
And then you got one of those cases of which one. If all 3 of them beat her up, not all 3 of them did the death blow. Which one did the death blow?
Yeah.
And then you got to tie me to her. And it got to be more than just a video. You got to show that intentionally that I did that.
What's the intent?
What was
they
the
gotta
intent?
They gotta do a lot. They're gonna dig up some history, and they're gonna find out if there's any shade with this group.
Yeah.
Because you even said that they were in a room hiding from her. Who said that? How did you?
Well, they was not hiding from her. They was just away from her, and she was walking around looking for her.
Who said that though?
It was on her video. She was showing it.
Oh, see, they be gonna pull out everything.
Yeah. So. But that still doesn't say that you killed this girl.
I know.
So that's all we saying. Y'all doing all of that.
Reasonable doubt.
That's what I'm saying. Lenore getting all huffy and stuff. The bottom line is reasonable doubt. The Robinsons say they are hopeful the FBI gets to the bottom of this and finds out what really happened. I am confident that they will, Long said. In the meantime, they are thankful for the support they have received. This is the Robinson family. Received from around the world, including the hundreds of people who attended Robinson's funeral last weekend. Just to see your city backing you and everyone supporting you and having your back, you can't beat that, Long said. The family told Channel 9 that they are still waiting for results from a private autopsy they commissioned. They also said they have not received a timeline from the FBI. That's what I was telling you. That timeline. That's what the FBI is working on. Because they got to tie you to that. They got to tie that time of that video. That one girl who was dragging her around the room when she was pronounced dead. All of that. It all has to coincide. The video can't be in the morning and then, you know what I'm saying, you find her hours later. The video that you can't tie her in.
I just pray
because then they're gonna be like, that's not the thing that
just
made her die.
Pray and believe God that she gets the right legal help for this case, and that the truth will come out.
Yeah. Wendy says there is no wisdom, there is no insight, there is no plan that concede against the Lord. That's it.
Yeah. What's done in the dark will come to light.
That's what.
Crazy.
And the one guy was already, so they said felt guilty. Mm-hmm. He the one released the tape, because everybody was like, "Why would you release the tape?" No one would have said anything if he didn't release the tape. But his conscience, he couldn't even sleep. His conscience was getting him. So that's what I'm saying. If God is in it, they won't be. The person who did it will be like, I delivered the death blow.
I did it. I'm sorry.
You don't even have to, nobody else has to worry. I did it.
Yes.
I did it, and I can't live with myself.
Yes, knowing that
I did this, and whatever. So that's what we're praying.
Okay.
All right. Did you do your sign out? The greatest, today's host, Al Roker's wife, shares heartbreaking update on her husband after he was rushed to the hospital with blood clots.
We got to.
Did we just not talk about blood clots yesterday with
Sinbad?
Al Roker's wife has made heartbreaking comments about her husband after he was rushed to the hospital with blood clots. Deborah Roberts, 62, agreed that with a fan that the Today Show host, 68, is the greatest while discussing his health crisis.
Yeah. He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. He had lost weight before that, though, but yeah.
I mean, other than that, yeah.
Last week, the Good Morning America host shared photos with Al on Instagram. She wrote alongside them, "You are the shining sun and star in our family. At Al Roker, love you so much. Can't wait till you're feeling like your old self." One fan commented, "Deb, the greatest," and Deborah replied this week, "He is." Another added, "Get well soon. Thanksgiving parade won't be the same," to which Deborah said, "Thanks so much." It comes after Al was rushed to the hospital for blood clots after being absent from the Today Show for nearly 2 weeks. Wow. He revealed last week that he was treated for blood clots in his leg and his lungs. Al shared photo of a flower bouquet and a coffee mug captioned, "So many of you have been thoughtfully asking where I've been. Last week, I was admitted to the hospital with blood clots in my leg, which sent some clots into my lungs. After some medical whack-a-mole, I am so fortunate to be getting terrific medical care and on the way to recovery. Thanks for all the well wishes and prayers, and hope to see you soon. Have a great weekend, everyone," he closed. Fans and friends flooded the comment section with their prayers and good wishes as they urged Al to make a speedy recovery.
Wow.
Those blood clots.
So again, we need to really look into how are they formed? How is a blood clot formed? And then we know it can travel to various places in your body. How do you I know one of the things they told me after my surgery to keep me from getting blood clots, I had to wear those compression socks. Mm-hmm. And they had this one machine that it would squeeze my leg.
They try to keep you from
getting them. And then I had to do shots in my stomach to keep me from getting blood clots. So it's like, what can we do naturally
to stop that?
Or just working out more, blood flow. I don't know what it is to keep from getting that.
Scubdoo said, or Scoobdoo, they are going to find that she died from trauma to the head and body, and those that touched her and filmed it all should be charged. Yep. Well, if anything, the least the person or the one we know definitely gonna be charged is the guy that was filming.
Oh,
and even the girl that was fighting her. If they don't get her for murder, that's an assault right there.
Right.
And then with him,
accessory to it.
He filmed her naked, so they're gonna get him on that. That's pornography.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna.
I don't even know if there'll be pornography.
Well, they can get him on that alone, and filming a crime. Accessory to a crime.
Yeah, that.
So those two for sure they can get. Okay. Now, first degree murder, I don't know. That's that tough one. But they can definitely use it.
What manslaughter?
You didn't make a mistake. You could use
them. Get them on manslaughter.
You could use those two and trump up charges and say what really happened.
Because manslaughter,
you can tell them we won't give you a deal unless you tell us what really happened with everybody else.
Because the girl who fought her could get manslaughter because that wasn't the intent, wasn't to kill.
What happens after that? After, let's say they confess and say this, then the FBI is going to put together a timeline. That's what the parents are waiting on. You have to tie them to that body until her dying, and then you got to dismiss the police report. That's a long road ahead. So, if they have a good defense attorney, which they probably don't because they don't have no money.
And if the police department has
a history.
History, then that don't look good for them either.
So pray for Al Roker, y'all. While y'all pray for Sinbad. Blood clots again.
Yeah, we need to really look into blood clots being. Let me go talk to our family because we got a lot of nurses in our family.
On blood clots?
Talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, real quick. I know Candace Owens had brought this up about Balenciaga. All of a sudden, Balenciaga is her enemy because Kanye, because they got rid of Kanye. So now she's going to pull any story on Balenciaga.
So she's mad.
So just days before they could do no wrong, now all of a sudden they, child abusers and stuff because Kanye not with them no more. Just days before Thanksgiving kicks off the holiday season, Balenciaga pulled the plug on a holiday campaign. The luxury retailer made the decision after facing backlash for appearing to blend children and sexual undertones in their advertisements. After removing the ads, Balenciaga issued an apology. We sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused, the statement said. Our plush bear bags should not have been featured with children in this campaign. We have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms.
Have you seen this?
I didn't see it. Did y'all see any of this? To backtrack, the company recently launched an advertisement supporting its spring-summer 2023 collection. Some of the campaign's pictures featured young girls holding teddy bears dressed in bondage gear.
What is that supposed to show?
The bear bags featured chokers, netted tops, and spiked cuffs around the bear's wrists and anklets, among other accessories. One photo shows a child model, presumably younger than 10 years old, surrounded by Balenciaga goodies, including wine glasses, a dog leash and bow, shoes, and hair accessories.
Maybe it's good he separated himself from them. Maybe it's good they did drop
Well,
him.
now are we saying that was God's plan for him to get dropped by everybody?
Because they crazy.
If he said he's a Christian, was God moving Kanye away from Balenciaga and Adidas and Gap?
A rough way to do it, but it was done, and it was done like, oh my goodness, these guys are doing this kind of commercials. That's not good. You don't put kids with
bondage toys.
You have to be careful when you're advertising children, when you're filming kids, when kids
who signs off on this stuff?
I don't even
know.
Who
looks at a picture
advertising
of somebody younger than 10 years old
who pitched this
with wine glasses and bondage gear around them?
What advertiser came in and pitched this idea to these guys?
But even the advertiser, who signs off on it
and says, yes, go ahead and film it. Film that whether it's a commercial or that picture that they did in the magazine. Yes, I give you okay to do it.
Pronounced Scooby-Doo. All right, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. They knew what they were doing. It is fine to apologize later. Yeah, I agree.
What?
He's talking about or she. I don't know if Scooby-Doo. Are you a female or a male Scooby-Doo? Or are they? I don't want to move.
That's true. You have to be careful with that.
About those kids.
Mm-hmm.
But Balenciaga.
To me, I'm thinking they would be on top of their game with how they're advertising themselves. If they're going to be all shrewd and kick what's his name to the curve, they need to be on top of their game, and they got issues themselves. Because
here it is. I don't want to show in case we get. The brand Balenciaga just did a interesting photo shoot for their new products recently, which included a very purposely poorly hidden court document about virtual child pornography. I don't know who.
You have to be really careful with kids. Really careful. What's in the scene, what's on the table. Because we're even being careful with at our sorority that we couldn't do certain like wine and show certain alcohol images
around with our
sorority and we had to be real careful with that. We can't be pictured. So with
y'all, the question is for Balenciaga
for kids. What's she calling
them? Did God separate Kanye
from them
from these brands?
for a reason. Because you said Adidas had some bad history.
All of them. Well, they Nazis. Well, they was allegedly. Yeah. But they started off as you know what I'm saying? Like all the brands he's associated with
are not good.
No. And you're supposed to be a Christian.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So I don't want you under that. I don't want you with that brand. I want you separate from that brand. So is this a case of God separating him, or is this a case of God turning something bad and working for his good?
Meant for evil,
what was meant for evil, God turned and made it for good for him.
That's something to think about.
So that's a good one to think about, y'all.
Because we thought it would be bad for them kicking him out, and because of all of what he said.
Obviously, it's good if it's doing. If they doing stuff like
because of this.
Why would you want to be associated?
Because he would have been associated with this.
He would have been associated with that.
Yep.
Scooby Doo says female.
Okay.
All right, Scooby Doo. He will either remove you from the stuff or the stuff from you. Oh, Scooby Doo. That's what we're saying. Is this a case of him removing him or removing them from him? Either one.
Either one. It broke ties with this group, though. That's good. That's good for him because he don't need no more shade thrown his way being a part of this group. Because they'll show ridicule him. Oh, Kanye, you with that group. They with kids.
So let's think about that, y'all. Let's look at that.
Okay.
I told y'all I'm still in. I talk about Kanye. I dog him out, but I'm still not. I don't dislike Kanye. It could be the Chicago in
dislike
me.
Anybody.
No, it's people I dislike. I don't like Candace Owens, but it might be the Chicago thing, the connection. That might be why he has a special place for me. Because I know he's from the Midwest and from here, and that's the only reason. It could be that could be the reason, or his mom is gone, and just it could be a bunch of things.
You know, there's potential in his life,
and then I know there's things he's done behind the scenes that's helped a lot of Black artists and stuff that he doesn't talk about. And I usually like when people do stuff when they don't tell everybody, because that means they're not doing it for everybody to know about.
Exactly.
So
it's from the heart.
All right, so we didn't have Charlemagne today. So I went ahead and just did a donkey of the day.
Oh, you did? Okay.
What I think Charlemagne would have said.
Okay.
Toddler left home alone while parents go to New York and South Carolina, cops say.
Okay.
A 2-year-old was found home alone in South Carolina while his parents were in New York.
Wait a minute. No, please. Please say that somebody else was there with them.
Police say both parents.
Did they think they were going to be asleep until they got back?
Both parents have been arrested. Charleston.
Maybe they forgot that they had the kid and they thought maybe some other relative had the child.
Charleston police officers said they found the toddler alone in his father's apartment at about 2 p.m. on Thursday.
I'm trying to find what's the
boy's parents, both 24-year-olds, were arrested on Monday and remain in custody.
I'm trying to think. Was there something where they bipolar and they just forgot?
They were both charged with unlawful conduct toward a child. The toddler was originally found by a manager of the apartment complex during an emergency walkthrough. After they were unable to get in touch with the boy's father, who lives in the apartment, police said, according to WCBD, that during the walkthrough, the child was found in the apartment alone, sleeping on a bed in the unit's living room. When the police entered the unit, the boy woke up and reached for his water bottle, which was empty.
Maybe they thought he was going to be asleep until they get back.
And the water bottle was empty. Didn't even leave him enough water. A police report said, according to WYFF, the toddler had a dirty diaper. But otherwise, he seemed to be in good health.
They probably, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm laughing at my mom. Ma, if you left me, the type of baby I was, in my crib for a day, you think I'll stay there? No, I would. I would stay there.
But you can't get out.
I wouldn't try to get out. you sit me down as a baby and you leave me there, I will stay there and play with. If I don't play with it, I'll fall asleep. And then I wake back up and I play again. I will not move.
All right, let's finish this.
Maybe that's the kind of baby they had. I can't think of nothing else.
Her mother used to tie her up.
That's different. That's different. They tied them up. That's not.
A witness informed police that the boy's father had sent a text saying he was in New York. After several attempts at contacting the toddler's parents, his dad called the apartment complex and spoke with the police. The 24-year-old told the police he was only a few states away. He said he was only a few states away and had left the child about 6 a.m. Thursday, according to WCBD. He eventually admitted he was in New York on business and assumed the boy's mother would be watching him, police told the news outlet. The boy's dad changed his story to police again, saying the child's mother was also in New York for an emergency, the report said.
I think that's beyond donkey. That's not even a donkey. What y'all think? That's not donkey of the day. I don't. But I kid you not, the only thing I can think of to help my sanity is if that was a baby like me.
Scooby-Doo,
even in the wrongness that it was.
Scooby-Doo says, you are reaching, laugh out loud. He didn't even have enough water. Even if it was a child like you, she would have gave you water.
But what would I have done as a child left by myself if I did run out of water in my bottle? I probably would have tried to go and get some.
He didn't have any water.
I would have probably gone to the washroom then and get some. But
she said, Scooby-Doo said some people do not need children. If there was food around, they did that on purpose.
That was
true. Mean. Look and see if there was a lot of food left somewhere. Yeah. That means they did it on purpose.
They did it on purpose.
Scooby-Doo says, I think Kanye should have gotten help after his mother passed. He really started acting very different after her death. Yeah, that's why I said I don't know with him.
He lost. It's almost like he lost himself when she died.
I think he blamed himself. I told you because she had plastic surgery,
and he's still
which she never would have gotten if her son wasn't famous. Yeah, so I think he blames himself. She was in that
environment and didn't really, and he probably he's probably.
So I gave them donkey of the day. I think Charlemagne would have given them donkey of the day. This fits along the lines of the people he would have given, and he's from South Carolina, so he definitely would have said. I don't even know what to say about this.
They're never getting that baby back. No.
Wendy says Heavy D died from blood clots.
He sure did. He had after a plane ride.
The doctor said his blood clots were provoked by a plane ride and sitting in a confined space for a long period of time.
And not moving, not movement, not getting the blood flowing.
Yeah, how do you avoid blood clots? Let's say that. Let's say
you wear those compression socks when you're traveling, but they do tell you if you're going to be sitting for a long time, you need to get up and walk. But what avoids blood clots?
Preventing blood clots. Wear loose-fitting clothes, socks, or stockings. Raise your legs 6 inches above your heart from time to time. Wear special stockings called compression stockings, as you're talking about, if your doctor prescribes them. Do exercises your doctor gives you. Change your position often, especially during a long trip. That's what happened with Heavy D.
And a lot of times you don't think if you're sleeping that length of time. Some people are hard sleepers. They almost have to wake themselves up to do movement.
Have a special port the doctor put in your body to give you medicine. Have your varicose veins or bad veins. Oh, if you have, what is this? Causes of blood clots. Recent surgery, 65 or older, hormones, birth control, cancer. That's what you had. Broken bones, bad bump or a bruise, obese, confined to a bed or a chair, have had a stroke, special port, okay, that the doctor, you had that too, varicose veins, heart trouble, have had blood clot before, have a family member who has had a blood clot, which we've had, and have taken a long trip more than an hour in a car, airplane, bus or train. Symptoms: new swelling in your arm or leg, skin redness, soreness or pain in your arm or leg, a warm spot on your leg. I gotta double check because I got that pain in my leg. And I got that pain in my leg that they don't know what it is.
I have all of that. My left foot.
A blood clot may have gone to your lungs if you suddenly have a hard time breathing, chest pain, fast heartbeat, fainting spells, a mid fever, a cough, a mild fever, or a cough with or without blood. Preventing the blood clot. We talked about that. Change your position. Do not stand or sit more than 1 hour at a time. Eat less salt.
Y'all notice I'm always moving. And I
try not to bump.
Sitting here.
Try not to bump or hurt your legs.
I get tired after an hour.
Try to not to cross them. Do not use pillows under your knees. I thought that helped with blood clots. Don't put pillows under your knees.
I don't get that.
Raise the bottom of your bed 4 to 6 inches with blocks or books.
So you're laying like this with your feet up.
Oh.
It's elevated kind of.
Take all medicines that doctor prescribes.
So I guess it keeps the blood flow if your feet is kind of up a little bit.
Blood thinners can cause side effects. Bleeding is the most common problem. Your doctor will watch you closely. If you notice something wrong that you think may be caused by your medication, call your doctor. So they'll probably give you some blood thinners to treat it.
For my rehab man said exercise every day.
So you don't get blood clots.
Every day.
That's what they tell my mom. She's senior.
Every day.
Wow, look at that. Look where it starts. Blood clots can form in any deep vein of the body. Most often they form in the legs, arms, and groin. Isn't that something? Mm-hmm. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I got to pray about those symptoms.
We keep hearing about blood clots.
I have a lot of those right now.
Let's see. Let's go back. Wendy says, check your text messages. I've been trying to tell you something since the beginning of the show. Scooby-Doo says, I am what is that? Triplegic? What does that say? Triplegic? And I constantly move myself around.
I don't know.
Let me see. Hold on. Keep talking while I'm doing this.
Oh, a lot of the symptoms that you're reading, though, is concerning. Yeah, because I have them. But it could be other things as well. Because like you're saying salt, if you have a lot of salt intake, be careful with that. The soreness or pain in your arm or leg.
Oh,
that could be arthritis.
What you are, Scooby-Doo, a medical condition characterized by the paralysis of 3 limbs. While there is no typical pattern of involvement, it usually associated with paralysis of both legs and one arm, but can also involve both arms and one leg. Oh, there you are. I have paralyzed limbs. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because my mom's dealing now with arthritis in her knee. She's had those
she
shots.
says she got to constantly move herself around.
The shots hasn't been working for her though, and they said she needs knee surgery.
Let me see what you said, Wendy.
She don't want to do knee surgery.
You said Shanquella's murder was reclassified as femicide, which means she was killed by a man or a transgender.
Oh.
The killing of a woman or girl in a particular by a man on account of her gender. Yeah, I think I heard something.
She's a transgender?
No, that girl who was the one in that video, I believe. They saying was a man. Was a transgender.
My God. And not a female. Oh, no. Regardless of what they are, if they killed her, they going down.
And they reclassified it.
Where do you put transgender? If a transgender, where would they go if they committed a crime? Would they go to a male place or would they go to a female?
Don't they put y'all what y'all born?
But
there was one transgender in prison who got somebody pregnant. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it depends on the state.
Wow.
Because I've heard both. I've heard some states, it depending on what you identify with, and then some states is how you're born. And then, but there was a case where there was a transgender in a female prison, and the transgender got somebody pregnant. If you still got the body parts, why would you put them in a female prison?
Thank you. Yeah. You could still...
I can understand post-operation.
Right.
You don't have nothing, so you might as well go to a female prison.
Right. Nothing's going to come out of that. But, ooh, that's something to think about. They're going to have to change the laws on that. Think about it, you guys. Our laws have to change with the whole LGBTQ community.
You thought you wouldn't live to hear that, would you?
The law don't know what to do.
My mother, 80 years old, she never thought she would hear stuff like that.
Yeah, because
that's the way it is
in
now,
their 80s and their 90s.
They don't know nothing about
this. Is not a conversation that they would be. My grandmother would be like, huh?
Wendy says male. The warden can make that decision, yeah. That's why I think it might depend on the state
and
too.
To your point, if it's a male going,
you still got the body parts.
You got the body parts. If he got somebody pregnant, though,
why would you send a transgender to a female prison who still has a penis?
No, the woman got pregnant. He may impregnate every lady there, including the
warden,
and the security guard.
Everybody having babies.
Hey, how y'all get pregnant?
I'm busting everybody up.
Oh gosh!
All right, this world is going to hell in a handbasket.
I don't even know.
All right, y'all. So pray for the victims, the young girl, the guy at Walmart, a regular 14-year-old or whatever, a job. Showing up to work in the room waiting to get her assignment. And her stupid manager busts in the door and starts shooting up the place.
Who would have thought your own manager would take you out? People probably at their job.
Oh, waiting to find out what you're supposed to do for the day. Yeah.
No. Nobody would ever think their manager would do a shooting like that. That's so sad.
And then turns the gun on himself.
That's sad. Because people thinking, who can you even trust now? Other than your trust in God? You got to trust God. Oh, my gosh. To the point where you like, Holy Spirit, please tell me if I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I need to be away from this.
And even then, you might have to, that might be your time.
Well, I'm ready to see you, Lord. I'm ready to go.
People got Christmas lights up. I see them in the background. All right, y'all. So
I'm ready to go if it's time. I just don't want to go that way.
I know. So let's try to enjoy life while we have it.
Okay.
We can't live depressed
and sad and fearful.
We can't be like that.
I'm not living in fear.
Oh, we got. You know how we got to be, y'all. We supposed to be like soldiers.
Yeah. Military don't live in fear because they join the military to be like protected. If they got to go to the enemy's camp, they going. Because they know what they know
and
they're
you
doing.
Sit around the old campfire and laugh and tell jokes and ready to go in the battle. So we gotta be ready. So be ready to go. Know where you're going. Tell your family you love them. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Show love as much as you can.
I don't know if we're gonna go live tomorrow. If we do, it might be impromptu. I don't think it'll be something like this.
Yeah,
it'll be impromptu. Like we may go live. Want
everybody to enjoy their Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And enjoy your family. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. We might go live too, because some people don't have a lot of family and stuff. So they may tune in
and tell some jokes or something.
You gonna tell jokes or me?
I'm gonna tell. She claims if she tells it,
right.
That's in her element.
Right. Well, I'm a comedian.
Well, you got to remember the comedians that's in pairs, and they bounced off each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need me to help sometimes.
That's true.
So you can crack on me or
that's
whatever.
True. You're right. Lucy and Desi or something like that.
No, Lauren Hardy.
All right.
Abbott and Costello.
Scooby-Doo says, be blessed, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Everybody be blessed. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and this crazy, crazy world that we live in.
Just keep prayer and
keep prayer.
Keep praying.
Pray. Y'all got a whole bunch of people to pray for now. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, we've been finding these stories on blood clots.
Yeah.
And maybe that was even for you, Scooby-Doo, because you say you have a issue. And you have to keep moving around a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe God is like, showing us something that we need to just be prepared. Mm-hmm. Wendy says, all my food is cooked.
Very wise woman.
Linda with the Y says, you too, Scooby-Doo. See, we got a little family going on here. We got the same people that tune in. Y'all all saying hi to each other and stuff. That's so wonderful. All right, Linda, you coming in late, Linda. Linda saying hello, ladies.
You know
Linda,
what?
We signing out, girl.
Ready to say goodbye and you said hello.
We going out. I
don't know
Linda.
why you say goodbye. I say hello.
Right.
Hello.
All right. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Look in our description. I don't know if you know, I started a channel, one of those channels where you listen to where people listen to the fan like all night,
music or something,
relaxation music,
sounds.
I figured we listen to sounds. I might as well make a channel out of it. So go there, subscribe to our new channel. It's in the description. And we got to get up to 1,000 in order to be monetized. Yeah, no, 1,000 subscribers. To get monetized. So go there. I'm just going to be pushing that channel until we get our 1,000 subscribers, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Linda says, I know. That's just an idea. You're funny. Always believe.
Always believe.
And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.